So another tradition as the hockey season ends is you find out about all of the injuries, all
Yes.
the reasons that Charles Barkley said an NBA player would retire if anything happened to them, like does in hockey. So I tried to pull ones that I could find that had been divulged. The biggest one, and this found uh, some relevance in the series as well in the Stanley Cup Finals. Panthers Matthew Tkachuk, the best player on the team, suffered a broken sternum in Game 3. Played in Game 4. Apparently had to be dressed. Everything had to be put on him, and they just kind of pushed him out on the ice. Played through it. Ended up scoring the game-tying goal to send it to overtime in Game 3 or in Game 4, and then he was a scratch for Game 5 because they just couldn't do it anymore. He couldn't do it anymore.
I I have had my brother has broken his clavicle and like pulled muscles in his sternum.
Mm.
My best friend has blown out twice all of the cartilage, all of the cartilage in his sternum during the wrestling season. Not broken it, but like just blown it to bits.
Mm-hmm.
I could not imagine and that guy is the toughest guy I know, and he
Mm-hmm.
could not wrestle. He thought it was healed, blew it out again, and could not wrestle. I could not imagine actually breaking it, going out on the ice and playing the toughest sport and scoring a goal, much less swinging a hockey stick.
Couldn't even imagine how difficult that would feel to breathe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just being there, just existing.
I mean, when my friend blew out that cartilage, he literally was just like this the entire time. Just couldn't move his arms. Just stayed like this. Couldn't imagine breaking that sternum and playing hockey. Nope.
Nope.
Too much pain. Too much pain right there.
Too much.
No, I
Like, my
thought
chest hurts.
mine once. My junior year going into senior year of football, we were lifting and maxing out in the weight room, and I dropped 275 on a barbell straight down to my chest.
Right. And
You break your sternum,
No,
but it
But
hurt.
were you caved in for at least a day?
no, probably for a good 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Nope.
Also in the Panthers, most of this came from the Panthers. Aaron Ekblad broke his foot in their first round series against Boston. Also played through a torn oblique, dislocated his shoulder twice, and at least once, because they're not following this as well as the NFL, had to pass a concussion test.
Okay, couple of things. Oblique is your stomach, yes?
Yeah, it's the side.
Okay. Ow. Shoulder, you got to figure they're all doing that. Passing the concussion test, what do you think that's like in the NHL? Where did you park?
What's
Who are your line mates?
yeah, what's that on your jersey? What team do you play for? Good,
Yes.
good. Where are we at? No, we don't ask where he is.
That's not good. No.
Are you on the bench? Yeah, I'm on the bench. Perfect.
Yes. Can you put a helmet on? Good.
Are you on the power play, the PK, or both?
Right.
And he broke his foot in the first round. Like, oh, he just had a run of it. Panthers defenseman Radko Gudas was dealing with a high ankle sprain that I believe their head coach Maurice said would have kept him out for more than a month if it was during the regular season. Yikes. As somebody who's had a high ankle sprain, it was not fun. Also, Panthers head coach Paul Maurice shared that they've had about 4 broken bones, 3 shoulders they're going to have to get taken care of, most likely surgery. We've got oblique tears. He said it's not an excuse. We don't need one. These guys earned the right. They gave everything they had, apparently, including their sternum.
Do you think they did that flex tape that keeps water out?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they just instead of like the actual
Like the tape,
they actually just put flex tape on?
instead of physio tape, they put flex tape on them.
Flex tape it.
I just want to know what access to, and of course, Alex isn't here to answer this. What sort of medicinal drugs do these guys have access to that can play through all this shit?
Pour it all.
No way. That's not enough, Muff. That is not enough.
What do you think they're giving them?
That is not enough.
Toradol is what the NFL players use.
Muff, like I get Toradol for migraines.
Yeah.
And I may or may not have driven a vehicle. Like, that's fine. What I'm telling you is
Is
that
it fine?
if I had blown out a sternum or had any of the injuries that these men have spoken of, that Toradol would not have done shit.
Even if you took it after every period.
Not enough. Not enough. To swing a hockey stick with a broken sternum? No. We're talking like high test Dilaudid. You're talking like fentanyl and probably some mushrooms to get my ass out there. No.
Mushrooms, how's that going to help?
Well, just so I know that I'm not hurt.
Is it just so you're in another world? You're
Yeah.
in a different psychedelic state.
Yeah.
Like, this
Step
is
away
fun.
from reality.
Yeah.
Shoot the shiny thing at the monster blocking the hole.
So you need to be like, because it happened with the anniversary of it was like last week. You need to be like Doc Ellis and just go high on LSD.
Yeah. I'm definitely tripping balls if I've got all that shit broken. Blown out of my mind.
I haven't really heard anything about any major injuries for Vegas. Although their captain, Mark Stone, had come back from multiple back surgeries to play the season.
Sure.
Nothing happened during the season. So,
And no knock on anybody with cancer, okay? Not cancer is a big deal. But when the NHL crew are like, hey, this guy came back from serious cancer, and they're just like, okay. Like, somebody comes back to play baseball from serious cancer or NFL, it's like a heartwarming, gut-wrenching story. You can even see like teammates be like, oh man, this is amazing. Somebody comes back from cancer in the NHL, they're like, another injury, huh? Like, they're just built different. They're just odd people.
odd.
If we're ever invaded, we want Canadian hockey players on our team.
That's the front line.
Yep.
So Brock Lesnar or Canadian hockey players, which one you want?
I want Brock Lesnar to lead the Canadian hockey team. That's what I want.
Good answer.
That's fair. I can get
Yeah.
behind that.